Mr. Underwood seems receptive and maintains eye contact with me. I notice he's notices. La 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 la. I notice he's thumbing the side of his cup. Jesus Christ! What the? I swear to God, I read for a living. His fingernail color's white from the pressure.
Where else?
I worked at the Pass and Gas.
The gas station?
Yeah, I worked afternoon shifts on weekends for a while. I stocked shelves at the grocery, too. Also, they sometimes need help at the water treatment plant and hire interns, so I've done work there on and off.
You stay busy. All your work will pay off, and you should feel proud.
We have an official Pass and Gas manager now, by the way. Perfect. I grit my teeth and hold back any response. After a couple seconds pass, I nod slightly. Mr. Underwood pats a small stack of papers on his desk.
You have excellent grades, too. You are a strong candidate. However, something I cannot glean from your file is whether or not you are able to work with little instruction. What I need is a student to take the project and run with it, reporting in weekly.
He pauses, waiting for a response. I'm nervous, not from the content of the conversation, from something else. My face may betray me, but I attempt a confident nod. I'd be happy to try. What do you need?
I need someone with an entrepreneurial spirit to take the lead on forming a student union. It is in the experimental phase, and I am trying to convince the board it is valuable to both the students involved and the administration, despite an upfront cost. As the president, you would put in a minimum amount of 10 hours in a week, report to me directly, and you would have a small budget.
10 hours will not be a problem. Do you mean a group to represent all the students?
As you might know, our school receives federal funding. Our facility is part of the public education system, so our local government is mandated to allocate money to us to help us maintain resources for our students. The amount we receive may fluctuate when officials change offices, policies, legislation, or the state takes in more or less than anticipated. Our school system tends to be placed below other priorities.
What sort of initiatives, I guess, are more important than school? Ellipses! Drink! Todd is trying to kill us all.
It depends on who you ask. Insurance programs, infrastructure, subsidizing local businesses, law enforcement, and assistance to struggling families.
At mention of his last example, I catch myself looking at the worn tip of my sneaker and redirect my gaze to Mr. Underwood. Mr. Underwood smiles.
You are not going to find many here who disagree that education is important. Many moving pieces play a part role in the decision-making, but I did not call you in here to talk about that. Our administration receives a cut of the budget, and we then craft our school budget from it. Year over year, the student population has been increasing while our funding has been decreasing.
That is why it is called a liver hand, because you need it to live. Just realized that the one time I pay attention, it's doing me good because I'm drinking more water than I have in the past 3 months. I usually put down 1.5 liters every stream. So, is that why there's no sign up for track this year? That came out more accusatory than I intended.
We are taking a hard look at all our extracurricular programs. Student representation is not the goal. Service to the school is. We need additional manpower, and this is a relatively cheap method.
Ellipses, drink! You forget you're a human sometimes? That makes sense.
And it represents... Yeah. And it presents you with an opportunity to help the school. If you do well and recruit some of your hard-working friends, you will make a positive impact. I cannot make promises beyond guaranteeing your paycheck.
I take a deep breath, collecting confidence to put forth my most important question. How much will I be paid?
Minimum wage, the same amount you receive from the library.
He responded without hesitation. He was prepared. It's disappointing, but not more than I can realistically expect. Mr. Underwood downs the rest of his drink and glances at the clock on the wall. Let's join him! No, not really.
Are you interested?
I hesitate, but only for a moment. I need this. I'm out of other options. Maybe I can reconnect with some old friends. I equip confidence and address Mr. Underwood. Definitely. It seems complicated, but I can help with whatever you need. You're in Underwood sounds like he's in the New Orleans aristocracy. That is basically the goal, yes.
Are you sure? This is not a small project, for me either.
He glances at the wall behind me again. Yes, sir. What sort of work will I be doing? Underwood smiles.
There you go. First, I believe that you can support some of our administrative functions. We need someone to man the library here too, for example.
Yeah, Fo, you should definitely be eating if you're drinking water at this pace. Because, you will give yourself water poisoning. If you drink too much too quickly. That would be fun. Especially if you do it completely in manga style. With, like, still having animations, but having them, like, move almost like Paper Mario styling. That'd be great.
We may also utilize your team for event planning services. We have access for faculty rooms and spacious conference areas.
Hey, Kaidri, welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight, my dude? I'd have to go to full color for Mardi Gras. You're right. It's true.
I want to rent those for external events to earn revenue.
Oh, like, wait, did we miss? We did not, okay. Oh, like hosting workshops or conferences? I helped the library with scheduling seminars.
Yes, I need to develop a formal list of your responsibilities and the responsibilities of the union as a whole, achieve board approval, and get some paperwork to you. What you need to do in the meantime is vital. Please recruit at least 4 other students by the end of the week. That will demonstrate to the board that we actually have interested and ambitious students to fuel the program. It will not work if you are the only participant.
Oh. Ellipses! Drink! Like a bucket of water thrown on a freshly lit match. Mr. Underwood senses my mood swing.
You can ask some of your...
He seems to catch himself and continues after an awkward lapse. He was about to say friends, but Lane doesn't have any friends. Poor Lane.
Your classmates for help. It will actually be a great exercise for you in preparing for your role as delegator.
That was the worst way to pronounce role in the history of ever. Ah.
We have intelligent and creative students here, and I am sure you will find a handful willing to support their school.
Yeah, I can do that. By Friday, then?
Yes, all of you meet me here, and I will give everyone an update and initial push.
Do you? The bell rings. Mr. Underwood gestures to the door.
You better head to the next period. I would hate to consume more of your time than I should. If you have questions, feel free to reach out by phone or email.
Fluently, Mr. Underwood places his business card in my hand as I stand. It's a neat design. The card lists his office phone number, cell phone number, and email address. Is it strange to give your cell phone number to a student? He seems devoted. I nod and reluctantly smile. Thanks a lot, Mr. Underwood.
Thank you.
He waves as I open the door and move back into the hall. Collecting my belongings from the last period was easy since I hadn't brought any. Yeah, that would typically make it easier, right? Trying to reach a few friends and none of them will respond. Am I messaging them too much? Who knows, man? That is such a fucking mood, foe. That is such a mood.